Good morning, guys. In yet another amazing episode of the Gettingly Uncomfortably Comfortable podcast, we have yet another absolute superstar client here to share more about his journey getting from where he was in a place of being told by medical professionals that he needed to make some life changes, told by his loved ones that he needed to make some life changes, right the way through to colleagues, and his absolute life is polar opposite to what it was when I met Ryan at first. So, Ryan, give us a little bit of an intro on who is Ryan.
Jeez, who's Ryan? And this is where it gets awkward.
That's a question already.
It gets awkward, isn't it? Yeah, Ryan. Now 43, 44 this year. Feeling old.
Really?
Old, yes.
Okay.
But feeling good old. Yeah, a bit about me. I'm a dad to two lovely girls, two stepdaughters, Abigail and Chloe, and my son, Ethan. Yeah, life in the last few years been quite the whirlwind, actually. So, yeah.
It really has been a whirlwind, to say the least.
Been working in engineering as well for quite a long time. So, that's started that in 1997.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's took me around the world, which has been quite the experience.
Yep.
And more recently, the 6 years in Moscow, which has kind of driven probably one of the main reasons that I've ended up with Alpha, the lifestyle.
The lifestyle behind all of that.
Yeah, the lifestyle behind living the good life in these faraway countries. So, yeah.
So we touched on it at the beginning. One of the reasons why I wanted to get you on is the as you say, it's been a whirlwind of a couple of years for you. But just the guy that walked in the door, in my mind, was a very, very different guy that's sitting in front of me right now. But it all kind of started with two big moments that we touched on that really cemented that you needed to make some life change. Give us a bit of background, what they were, who was involved, and why they actually mattered enough to actually listen to them.
Okay. I think the first trigger was probably when my marriage ended. Which is quite an emotional time.
Yep.
When you go through the rejection, so that realization that it's over, and you've devoted your life to something.
Yeah.
You've built something up, and then it comes crashing down.
Yep.
So obviously you kind of have to take stock of what's happened there.
Yeah.
And I think, that happened January 2021. And I really spent the following 12 months kind of processing. I think that's what everybody does in these kind of situations.
I think you have to, but I actually think that that's it's a big point to make, because I actually think it's something that not enough people do.
Yep.
Is to take a step back and just allow themselves the luxury and the respect to process what's happening in their life.
Yeah.
And they tend to then make some quite, we'll call it fruity decisions when they don't take that wee second to just process the changes that are going on.
Yeah, and I think, testament to being a dad.
Yes.
And the priorities were kids, and I guess that was probably the reason why, with the first kind of warning sign or the first trigger, that, really the priority wasn't actually me. So I made a lot of the right decisions, but equally didn't prioritise myself, prioritise the kids, prioritise the roof over the head. So yeah, that was a journey, and you can never really put a timeline on it.
No.
We always, try to put times on things. How long is it going to take to get through this? How long is it going to take to get through that? And you can't put a time on it.
No.
So probably, and the challenge during that period was I was at the height of my career.
Right. So we're now balancing, juggling this really senior job with all these big emotions, processing lots of life change at the same time.
Yes.
But also processing that your shift in mindset towards what was a priority actually now probably conflicted a bit.
Yeah. It ended up, the situation for me was I I was moving to another country. So I was in the position where I was moving to Moscow.
Yeah.
So I'd basically taken the year to evaluate life
Right. Okay.
and had made the really tough decision that I was going to be moving away and I wasn't going to be taking my son.
Huge
I wasn't going to
decision.
be taking the girls, you know. So I'd made this decision and actually flew out to Moscow at the beginning of February 22
Okay.
to sign all the local agreements, etc. And then the war started.
Ah, okay.
So kind of ended up in this situation where the war started. I was evacuated out of Moscow, and basically the decision was then made for me. I was coming home.
Okay.
So it was then reversing all these decisions,
Absolute role reversal of everything again.
reevaluate everything again.
Yep.
So yeah, I flew home on the 1st of March 22, and it was a case of, yeah, I just spent probably the last 6 months really processing the job opportunity,
Yep.
as well as dealing with other bits
Yeah.
in life, to then going, that opportunity is no longer there.
And it's probably quite a weird situation that not very many people have found themselves in. But when you're evacuated due to something so violently aggressive as well,
Yep.
and your thoughts and feelings and emotions are all sitting with your family and that kind of move, I can imagine that must have been some really scary thoughts running through the head.
100%. I think more on the family side, they were
Yeah.
worried because they weren't actually, they
Yeah.
weren't there.
They're not living it.
The situation for me actually was relatively safe
Yep.
in Moscow at the time, but the problem was getting home.
Yeah. And it's not going to feel safe to them though.
No. And always try to provide that reassurance.
Uh-huh.
So you're trying to be the bigger person, and you're trying to
Yeah.
provide the reassurance, be the dad, be the
Yeah.
all of that side of it. But yeah, so came home,
Yep.
and then kind of decided, right, it was time to prioritise and rethink everything.
Yep.
And priority had to be, it was a no-brainer, and it testament to my head probably wasn't in the right space earlier when I was making decisions,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a no-brainer that Ethan was a priority.
Love it.
And that for me was like it was a real moment because I'd spent so much of the time of him growing up till then. I had spent so much of it away.
Yeah, working away, months here, months there, months here, months there.
Absolutely, typical anything between 6 to 9 months of the year, I was
Yeah.
out the country.
Yep.
So coming back, really pushed it home that it was time to prioritise Ethan.
Yep.
And then also there was the thought in, I need to prioritise me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a few conversations that were had that really shook you to your core about prioritising you though, wasn't there?
Yeah, 100%. There's so many people spoke to me about, in particular close ones within relationships, but also family. My weight had grown considerably because I had came from a position where I was working on the tools.
Yeah.
So I'd went from climbing cranes and,
Yeah.
monkeying around, let's say.
Yes.
Hanging,
To being stuck behind a desk.
Exactly. Yeah. So
We're now the guy that's organising the guys that are doing the do. We're not the guy
Yes.
who's doing the do anymore.
At the time,
And let me guess, we were eating and drinking in exactly the same way as the guy doing it.
and probably even more.
And more.
Yeah.
Right, there we
So
go.
so you spent that lifestyle away of eating, drinking, hospitality, etc., etc.
Yes.
All of that. Coming home, it continued.
Okay.
Yep. The challenge with coming home was I had been eating really good quality food.
Right. Yeah.
Then come home. Now the weight had increased, etc. But then come home to eating still relatively good quality food, but then backing up with takeaways because it was easy.
The convenience, the grab it on the go,
Yep.
that it's on the tip of my fingers on my phone. I'm just going to get something else in because I'm still peckish.
That side of it fueled probably by the alcohol intake.
So we go, we have 2 or 3 drinks, and then suddenly we're swinging by for some chips and cheese and a kebab.
The two or three drinks could result in quite easily being, I guess this is the time to be brutally honest, because I'm sure people
People
that will listen and people will see will actually get
because
that
they're doing it as
they're
well,
doing
or
it
they
too.
have done it.
But a bottle of wine was normal.
Yeah, so...
Right? And table wine, not the tonic variety.
No tonic. Listen, me and Ryan are of the same ilk. Tonic wine is not the one. Table wine is. But yeah, I'm with you. And to the point that you made about kind of like your first big trigger and being in that point where your marriage kind of dissipated, fell apart. Like that was me. I'm only having a glass of wine with my dinner.
Yep.
Right, well, there's only 2 glasses left in the bottle. Right, well, at that point in time, my ex-husband then would do, oh, well, I'll have a glass. Oh, well, actually then, if you're drinking as well, we may as well open the next bottle.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, 2 bottles, 5 nights a week.
Absolutely.
And then you get to the weekend and someone says, oh, by the way, do you want to come over to ours and have a couple of drinks? Yep. And then it's the 2 bottles of wine, the 3 or 4 vodkas, the one of this, one of that, one of the other.
Yeah, 100%.
But for me, it was to the point you made about that whole, like, so much, it was a whirlwind. That was to stop my whirlwind.
Yeah.
Because it was easier.
And it just became habit.
So, and then for you, it was the habit of like the click, 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 food, drink.
The click, 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 or even at the time where I stayed right next to a row of takeaway shops.
So walk down the stairs, off you go, grab something, straight back up.
Absolutely. It was so easy. It was so easy. So joining all that together, and then actually getting to the point at tail end of 2022.
Yep.
Where I had actually now secured a new job in the UK.
Yep.
That was permanent, so I was going to be full-time here. To then thinking I wanted to get myself out there, yep, and get back into the dating scene, which for me was an absolute challenge not because of me as a people person, but because of you're then having to sell yourself on dating applications.
Whole new world, isn't it?
Just
the 2 of us are sitting in very different positions to we were when we both met as well.
Absolutely.
And the whirlwind of that, what the fuck?
Aye, totally. But yeah, that realisation that you're putting yourself out there, and you're looking at it, and obviously it all goes at the start by physical appearance.
But here's the thing, right? Now, here's where we come out with a statement where some people are going to agree and some people won't, right?
Yep.
I truly, truly do not believe that a good quality relationship starts with personality.
No.
Because this is the thing, people can argue the bit all they want. But the thing is, I have lots of amazing friends in my life that I love their personality. I don't fancy them, though.
Yep, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And this is the thing. See, when you're not confident or comfortable in your skin, it's very hard to sell yourself in a way, or it's very hard to even accept attraction from someone else when you don't feel good in your skin.
Yeah.
And I think I think for both of us, that was a massive, massive turning point in getting back into accepting someone else into your life.
100%. That was probably a big challenge for me, and it probably wasn't this, the second trigger point, if you like, or the second kind of realisation, right? But it helped, right?
It was a part of it,
highlight that, you know what, Ryan, you need to lose a bit.
You need to feel better in yourself here right now.
And the key point for me from that was I felt okay, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't buzzing. I wasn't on top of life, right? And, I ended up, I did actually fairly quickly go into a relationship at the beginning of 23. And, everything was absolutely fine there, but I wasn't happy.
But you used the word fine.
It was just fine.
And that's it. Fine is that absolute middle of the road word where all it distinguishes is that there's nothing severely dreadful and nothing severely good. It's that absolute grey magnolia point of the road, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. It was on this place where what I had came from to where I was at.
Yeah.
And it was all right. It was okay.
It was good.
Right?
But not great.
It wasn't great. Right? And it wasn't it wasn't what I wanted.
It didn't set a fire in your belly for
No.
anything
No.
with that.
No. And
But it was fine.
It was fine. And
Yeah.
it ended up throughout 23, you know, we ended up in a situation where with my mum.
Yep.
And this was the, you know, the biggest trigger.
Yeah.
Because this is the emotional guy. The
Take a
emotional guy
second.
now. So but aye. In 23 when my mum took her stroke. Yeah, that was a real realisation. That the ones that really matter, you know.
We're still there.
Aye. You know,
Yeah.
and when you get to that point, you're sitting in the hospital and you don't know whether you're going to leave and she's going to be with you or not. And God, you know, it was the biggest realisation that, because it was high blood pressure,
Okay.
you know, overweight, that had all triggered the situation for my mum.
Don't you think it hit home even more being a
because
dad?
my mum, I think the situation was that my mum's the backbone of the family,
Right.
right?
She's that wee centre console.
She holds everything together. You then bring that forward to, I'm a dad.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to be there for Ethan. And the amazing thing is, testament to the NHS, etc., they've totally changed the way that they approach these things now. But
Yeah.
like when my mum had her stroke, they then forced that the siblings have to have checkups.
Yep.
Right? So me and my brother had to, you know, it was up to us, but go and get a checkup.
Yeah.
And it highlighted for me that I had increased blood pressure.
Okay.
I was overweight, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And that was a real turning point.
Yeah.
The challenge then was, I then started very quickly, because I took it on board. I react to these things. Anybody that knows me, I'll
You are
start it
fast
and
to react and implement 100%.
I'm 100% into it and just go.
Yep.
And the challenge was, I tried to get into the exercise just at the start with walking.
Yep.
And my knee was playing up. And this was an injury that I'd been carrying for
A
biggest part
long
of 7
time.
years.
Yep.
Right. And went to see the medical professional, and the first thing they say is, you're fat and you just need to lose weight and your knee will be fine.
Yep. And
And
you're like,
it's
oh,
like,
great.
Okay, but I can't do the exercise to lose the weight because the knee keeps playing up.
Yeah.
And that was a huge thing. So then when you're questioning the medical professionals and you're forcing the second consultation,
Yep.
and the second consultation then highlights that you've got a torn meniscus and you do need the knee operation,
Yep.
that then is,
Yeah.
and that's what kicked everything off. You
Yeah,
know, that's really what
absolutely.
kicked everything off. So going through the emotional side with my mum,
Yep.
then the realisation I had the increased blood pressure, etc. as well.
Yep.
And you have to do something about it.
You've just got to do
Yeah.
it.
And, you know, that took us into early 24 because thankfully with Siemens and where I'm employed, etc., they look after us
Yep.
as employees. And, you know, I was looked after very quickly. That recovery then takes us through, you know, the January through to June.
Yep.
And in the background, I had been watching a certain young man, Mr.
Young?
Well, as yeah, sorry, Martin.
You're no young, son.
I'd been watching Martin's progress,
Yeah.
you know, and I thought, okay, we are of a similar ilk, and you know, we can,
Yeah.
we've, you know, we've hung about in the
Yeah.
years gone by, etc. We've done the
Yep.
similar sports and so on and
Yeah.
so forth, and I thought, let's see, and that was the turning point.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That was really the turning point. So.
And I think that's it, you know, it just goes to showcase just how much it takes to get to the point for most people of saying, right, okay, actually enough's enough.
Yep.
Like, I think one of the biggest things that I want people to take away from it is that there's people believing that they're at a breaking point, and there's people actually being at a breaking point.
Yep.
But also, there is points where people really have to think about, what does the future entail if I just continue on these routines?
Yeah.
Because I think that's the biggest thing for you. You had two big choices. stay on the routine that you're on right now,
Yep.
and everything was going to continue in a fine trajectory.
Yep.
But nothing was going to change to being good, great, exciting, fun, amazing. It was always just going to keep being fine. But then there was the point of, to your mum, you know, it's the kind of thing, it is in the one moment that it all changes.
Absolutely.
And if you've got the fucking choice to stop that moment happening, especially if you've got kids,
Yeah.
take the fucking choice.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think that was, I kind of get myself, you know, if we go back to just before
Yeah.
everything happened, I got myself into this position where I was like, see, mid-30s, getting into 40s, I was just like, this is what life is. You become bloated, you become
Very
bigger.
complacent.
Very. You just become
like,
a
I'm
different
40 now, I should be bigger.
Aye.
Like, I mean, I'm 40 now, I shouldn't be worrying about having a six-pack or seeing some muscle.
100%.
Or it's not, like, 40-year-olds don't go to the gym.
100%, you know, and I just kind of battered through life, you know, thinking, yeah, this is the new norm.
Yep, I get that. I get that.
And that, it couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah.
Right? That, you know, you need to continue the movement, etc.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
and yeah, I don't know. It was just that real turning point, you know, and that new norm was actually just a bad habit.
And actually, I think it's a great point to then pivot on to, what is Ryan's new norm? What are the things that you now look at that have now become your normal that shock you the most?
No takeaways.
Yeah, you just don't have them anymore.
So the takeaways, you know, I must have had shares. You know,
Shares in Just Eat.
or I should have had.
You would have made a fortune.
The local Chinese, Indian, and chip shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I kept them in business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, genuinely. So dropping that completely.
Yeah.
You know, like, just.
Yeah, your now normal is fueling up so differently to how you fueled up before. Like, we've discussed this so many times. We love our food.
Mm-hmm.
We are proper food people.
Yep.
We like what we like. We like good big portions. We like trying new food. We like trying new restaurants. We like exploring in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But actually, you're still doing all of that. And actually, even more so now, and we'll touch on that later on down the line in terms of like more that ripple effect element, but you're still eating out at those nice restaurants, still doing the executive, social, professional functions, but not having to stress about, but I'm still going to go home and have a kebab after it.
Yeah. I think it's the balance.
Yes.
It's completely changed, you know, so I just always, you know, I was in that rut. It was a bad habit. But now, you know, and you make silly excuses. I'm kind of digressing a wee bit, or backtracking a wee bit, but I'd make excuses of, I don't have the time to cook.
Yeah.
But actually, the delivery was going to take 40 minutes. I can cook my dinner in 4 minutes now.
Easily.
Right? So like, but I'd convince myself.
Oh,
this is so much quicker, and I can, you know, so, you know, so totally changing all of that. Moving forward, the healthy eating, even for Ethan, which is probably right up there. I always say put my son first, right? But see, without putting myself first, right? You've got to put me first to be the best version of me for him.
Yeah. How does he get the best you if you don't come number one?
Correct. You know, and he's seen that now, because even the food, the exercise, right?
Oh, I love when he takes part.
Right? This combination of things. So it's just completely changed. And then even the cooking.
Yeah.
His palate has changed massively.
Oh, nice.
Right? You know,
so is he trying more stuff?
Absolutely. You know, so the homemade curries, the lasagna, the cottage pie, just everything, which, you can buy them already made in the stores, but we're actually making them. Yeah. And he's also getting involved in that side of it as well.
Which is amazing, because he's not going to be a 25-year-old guy who doesn't know how to navigate the kitchen, how to eat well. he knows what your routine looks like in terms of your exercise. Like,
Yep.
it's absolutely normal for him to be at the gym with you 2 or 3 days out of the week and seeing that he only really needs to be there 35, 40 minutes and do really well at it. Doesn't need to be there
Yep.
12 hours a week, but he also doesn't need 1 hour a week's not enough. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny, and we can put some of these kind of funny bits into this as well, right? But one of the Father's Day gifts that I got was anti-farting mints, right?
Because protein farts are a thing.
But the other side of it was Dad used to have this huge, big, bloated belly.
Oh, right, okay.
And just went about like a whoopee cushion.
Right.
Just say it how it is, right? Just say it how it is.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
He now looks at me and he's saying, "Where's Dad's belly went?"
Wow.
Right, it's away. Right,
Mess.
The comment last week was the muscles.
Yes.
Right, Dad's muscles, and he's seen it.
Yeah.
And he's seen the change.
And he sees you going through that transformation too.
It's unbelievable, and so the relationship with him has just developed.
Top tier.
It's weird because I thought I had a good relationship with him, and I did.
Yeah.
But it's come on leaps and bounds because just, I think he sees that the ability to make a change.
Yeah.
Right. Also routine.
Yes.
He thrives on routine, so they are.
You do.
Right. And that's
you do.
That's been a really big part of coming into this.
Yep.
And with the eating as well.
Yep.
Right, is the routine. So a shopping list, the meal list.
Yes.
And we're actually eating the same things, etc. So all of that, he's thriving on that.
Yep.
The father-son time.
Amazing.
It's just grown massively. So
it is.
all of that side of it, it's just been absolutely
The summer
fantastic.
holidays have been amazing for you guys.
Yes.
You've had so many new experiences with them. Getting them on the fucking ice rink for the first time must have been such a surreal but amazing experience for you two to have together.
100%. Any of that. And the fact that I'm not there blowing out my arse immediately. Like I managed to skate around the rink quite a few times, that type of thing.
Does it make sense to say you're a dad taking part rather than a dad just standing on the sidelines?
Yes.
I think there's so many parents out there where they are stuck on the sidelines out of their own habits and making that actually they're still involved and they're still having these great relationships with their kids.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm not a mum, but I love my auntie time. And actually, do you know what? Being on a bouncy castle a few weeks ago with the kids and knowing full well that, do you know what? No disrespect to any of the other parents, I would be the last fucking one there. I'm the one rolling about, giggling, tickling the wains, throwing them up and down. Fucking Harper's still desperate for me to be able to do a press up with her on my back again. I can't, she's too heavy now. But knowing that that's the kind of shit that I get to do with them, but it's the get to do, it's not watch it.
That ability to take part.
Yeah, huge.
Because for quite a few years, I just put it off.
Yeah.
Right? Because I couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so going out and kicking the ball around the park.
Yep.
Right? Just genuinely,
was too much.
Aye, 100%.
Parenting shouldn't be a spectator sport.
No, absolutely. And that's, it's been the realisation of that.
Yeah.
It's been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
And I think that backs on to the second point about relationships shouldn't be a spectator sport either.
Absolutely.
Like, you should be able to go out with your significant other, have a wonderful night, feel no qualms about, should I be eating this? Should I be drinking this? Can I button these trousers up? Is this shirt too tight? But you should also be able to come home and leave the lights on and do whatever the fuck you want to do without being like, I don't want to be seen this way. I don't want to be... Like, when that person is the person that you love the most in the world, like, we have to be participants in every bit of our lives. We shouldn't be feeling like we have to be spectators in bits of it.
And that, as you well know, that's massively changed for me in the last few months.
Hugely changed for you.
So, and, to that point...
the ripple effect for you has been phenomenal.
That's been insane. It's been insane.
Insane is the right word.
And I think, actually, to meet somebody organically...
Yeah.
Just meet somebody naturally.
Yeah.
That's been amazing.
Yeah. So the ripple effect for you, we've got relationships, we've got career, we've got family life, we've got the whole entire shebang.
Yep.
What's the one that kind of feels like it's took your breath away the most that you didn't expect to see as an outcome from just the weight loss and getting fit and healthy again?
The biggest one's definitely meeting Justin. That's been the biggest one in the relationship.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Again, I could probably get quite emotional on that point, etc., etc. But that's definitely the highlight.
Yeah.
Right. If I pedal back briefly, because we can,
Yep.
I could talk about Justine all day, and she knows that, and
Because
I'm sure
she
you
is
know that, right?
the bomb.
But on the career side of things, actually the focus, the energy,
Yeah.
right? The ability to actually deal with the stress,
Yes.
right? Because previously in the career side of it, the ability to deal with the stress was probably, well, I'll have a wee half.
I'll have a
I'll have
half
a whiskey, I'll have
and
a,
then I'll
but
have a takeaway.
not during working time, just
No,
for clarity, right? But at the end of
I've
the
had
day,
a really hard day at work. I'm going to go, I'm going to have a drink, I'm going to
yes,
have more food, I'm going to snack, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z.
yeah, 100%, you know, and actually then waking up the following morning feeling like shit
Yeah.
didn't help,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
and you just get to sell into the vicious circle.
Mhm.
That's disappeared, you know, that is
amazing.
completely gone, you know, and there can still be times where there's a fuzzy head, but it's not because I'm dealing with the stress. It'll be, you know,
No, it's
we've been
because
out and
actually you
enjoyed
just
ourselves.
enjoyed a
And, yeah,
night where
yep,
you had some drinks, you had some food, and you enjoyed it.
absolutely. So that's been that side of it. We've already covered the part about with Ethan, etc.,
Yeah,
and the
which
family
is
side.
just
Right?
phenomenal.
Waking up every day, right, feeling the energy. So part of the journey for me was we suspected that I might have been suffering sleep apnea.
Right, okay.
My snoring was horrendous.
Right, okay.
Right, like
Pure through the
and
scale.
care. Sorry, mate. Heel test.
Testify how bad it was.
Absolutely, you know, like tea in the park, Belladrum.
Just
Care's been
awful.
camping with me and, you know, purposely not sleeping in the same tent.
Right, okay, yep,
Right,
okay.
because
It's so bad.
aye, right,
Okay.
it's gone
Altogether?
completely.
Yes.
Right, a track.
Yep.
My sleeping has went from, you know, I could show you some of the charts.
Yeah,
right?
insane.
And the charts were I was awake pretty much all the time.
Aye.
Right?
Just not actually getting into REM sleep ever.
Wasn't getting into deep sleep at
Yeah.
all. Yep. So I was then constantly waking up exhausted.
Yep.
Right. That's
Just
completely
gone.
changed.
Love that.
5:30 pretty much every morning wake up is
And feel
normal.
fine?
Yep, absolutely normal.
Yep.
Yeah. So all of that side of it
Yeah.
has just been amazing. But
that relationship side is the big highlight of 2025.
100%, because I think the point for me, I was happy. So coming into 25, I was absolutely happy.
You were.
Right? And I was in probably best position I've been in for years and years and
Quite
years.
some time, yeah.
To then meet Justine,
Yep.
and it be, to your point you
Yep.
made earlier, there's an immediate physical
Yep.
click, and then getting to know someone. And
Yep.
it's been a complete breath of fresh air. It's been just something that's, I think it's safe to say, it's took the two of us
By surprise.
absolutely by surprise.
Oh, I mean, I could tell it took you both by surprise.
So,
It was absolutely fucking hilarious watching it unfold when neither of you wanted to talk about it, but when I say everybody, I knew that it was happening.
Yep.
Nobody had bothered telling me about it yet because obviously you guys weren't ready for that. That was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But also from day one, you could tell that there was something there. But what it must be very different for you for as well as someone who's living a similar journey and a similar lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Because that's not something that you've had the luxury of someone sitting down with you at night doing, well, Ryan, you don't need that.
No.
But also someone taking care of you as well and saying, well, actually, Ryan, you do need that.
Yes. because Ryan doesn't switch off very often.
Correct.
And even in this newfound lifestyle, if
Yep.
you like, right, I still am 100 miles per hour.
Yep.
Having that someone that's, looking after me,
Yeah.
Just a constant support,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
I think it's fair to say it's a very early relationship, right? But it's amazing,
Yep.
right? But the support, the love, the care,
Yeah.
it's been there for day one,
Yes.
and that I have not had that,
No.
right? And that's whether that's been me or other people in the past, right? That is the past, right?
Yeah.
But see now,
But your own history is just your history. It takes you to where you are.
see having that,
Yeah.
it's the icing on the cake. It's the and it's fantastic, and the confidence I've got as well in me, physical appearance, etc.
Yep.
I'm not big-headed. I'm not,
No. You're not that guy.
but just that confidence.
Yeah.
So coming out, been happy
Yes.
already, right? Having the confidence,
Yep.
and then meeting somebody as amazing as
Yep.
Justine is. It's just
Proper cherry on the top in it.
It's just worked. It's absolutely
It's just
worked.
amazing.
And it's I struggle with the words to explain it. I think
And I get why.
I
get why.
The two of us are in this position now that it's
And
we're
here's
looking forward to the future.
Yeah.
Let's just
And
say
here's a random question then.
that.
Would 122 kilo Ryan have even approached Justine
No,
at all?
no, because the confidence wasn't there,
Yeah.
right? The cheeky guy, the funny guy, etc. Absolutely, yeah. Personality and everything would have been there, but the confidence wasn't there. And,
Yeah.
So no, and yeah.
And it just goes, I think that just goes to show there's so much of your journey where it has been about habits and routines.
Mhm.
It's been about things starting off as at the end of the night, it's been a stressful day, I'll just have one drink, to becoming 5 days a week, it's been a stressful day, I'll just have a half, I'll just have a takeaway, I'll just have this, I'll have that.
Yep.
To I'm working away, come back, it should feel like quality time, but actually, do you know what? It's not going to feel like quality time because X, Y, and Z aren't clicking, and instead of tackling it, the routine is we'll just bury our head in the sand about it until it goes totally Pete Tong. Fine was acceptable.
Yep.
And was settled for in every single bit of your old routines, and now you're just not settling for fine anymore.
I think it'd be safe to say, to put that into perspective, I was away a couple of weeks ago, and there was a lot happening that week, and Justine had been away as well. And it was very easy to just say, right, I'll travel home the following day or whatever. And ended up, we were buzzing to see each other, right? So it ended up, leaving Lincoln at 8 o'clock in the evening and getting home at 1 o'clock in the morning, just so that we could see each other in the morning.
Which is just
right, and that
phenomenal.
Kind of puts it into perspective of where I'm at. It's not just fine.
Yeah, we're not settling for fine anymore.
No, it's like really want to get home, really want, and so that just gives you an idea of where we're at in it. And it's
so what would world. You say if you those people that are still in your life that are your absolute be all and end alls, your mum, Ethan, those kind of people, how do you think they would describe you now versus then?
My mum, in particular, she's noticed changes in mood.
Love that.
Right, so she's absolutely, I didn't pick up on it initially, but she highlighted a few particulars, and I was like, right, okay, so I could have been quite short and snappy before.
Right, okay.
Much more tolerance to it, like as in like can have a laugh, a joke, not take things personally. I'm more, just more aware. Yeah, so that side of it, she's highlighted the physical appearance massively. Like particularly in my face, although she did throw me under the bus the other day saying I looked more like my dad these days, and I'm going, all right then.
You're like, thanks, Ma.
It was the grey hair, she said. so,
Mate, we'll get you some just for me and you'll be fine.
No, don't bother. I can rock this, right?
I'll
so
just
it's
rock
all
it,
right.
it's
I'll
fine.
just rock it as it is. So she, but very complimentary about just
Good.
my physical appearance. My brother, he's a massive support as well in the background. The two of us have been in the journey actually.
Amazing.
Just slightly different approaches.
Yeah.
But
Similar journey.
we've been in the similar journey of starting off life, much skinnier, much more athletic, sporty, etc., etc., getting into, let's say, the good life.
The good life.
And then, kind of coming through the other side of it. So the two of us have been in that journey the last wee while. So yeah, that's side. Ethan, muscles, where's your belly going, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. The other side is the wardrobe change.
Oh, yes. We've had some significant changes in wardrobe, haven't we?
Massive changes in the wardrobe. And
so let's see, leaving Moscow, what size of suits would you have been wearing then?
Moscow was 42, 44 based on the trousers.
Okay. And then...
I can't even remember the jacket size, to be fair, but it was big.
It was big.
It was big. It was
okay.
huge. Yeah.
And
short sizes were up at 21-inch necks.
Exactly.
So,
And we hit a big milestone this week. We hit our 100k.
Yes.
Bang on. So 22 kilos down.
Mm-hmm.
What waist size are we at now?
36, verging on a 34.
What the fuck?
Because
that's insane.
That significant other that we've been speaking quite a bit about was pulling me up because my jeans were falling off the other day, and that's a 36-inch waist.
Yeah, you might want to either get a belt or get the 34s.
Yeah,
right?
So yeah, we're down at that, and we're down at a 17-inch collar.
Just insanity.
So the physical changes, and that's been incredible. I haven't actually done a lot of I've not measured. That's not been part
we've
of the
always
journey.
used your suit trousers and stuff because they're part of your world.
Yep.
And they're a part of your world that you won't get away from. You are not ever going to be the guy that is back on the tools.
No.
So that is an easy measure for us of, do you feel comfortable and confident in your work wardrobe? Because that's never going to go away. It's always going to be there. There's no point in us adding in metrics that are just complicated for nothing.
But it's
amazing.
The fresh wardrobe, yeah.
Fresh wardrobe. I apologise to all clients for the amount of wardrobe changes that you require.
Vintage got a lot to...
Vintage has a lot of new stock on it from Alpha. Right, so we ask every client one question at the end of it. Right, so the health, the fitness world, diet world, we were all deep in the trenches of it before we all started Alpha. We probably followed people who talked some pile of shite. We probably scrolled Instagram. We had our moments in the depths of despair at 2 a.m. We felt fat and shit that we thought, oh, that's definitely worth trying. Mm-hmm. But everybody's got that one thing, I think, that they watch and they see it happening in that diet world, fitness world, whatever, and they're just like that. Honestly, what a pile of fucking shite. I wish it never seen the light of day ever again. What's yours?
Wow.
What have we had on here before? We've had on here fitness TikTok, trying to tell you can get abs in 6 minutes. We've had shake diets and special K diets telling you that suddenly that you're going to look like amazing on the beach because you eat 2 bowls of special K every day. We've had loads of stuff like that. Linda Kerr, to be fair, said bench day just because she doesn't like bench day. But what's that one thing you're like, nah, fuck that off, man. What a pile of shite.
Chemicals in general.
Oh, interesting.
Right, and I know, and this is a personal thing.
Yes.
For me, right, which relates probably to my situation, which we don't have to go into the detail of, my gut and so on.
Yeah,
right?
your digestion. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So, but I think the chemical side of it, and more recently, injections.
Yep. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I think one of the big points that's been proven to me from Alpha, movement. Just
so
get
key.
Up and move.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what kind of movement it is, just move.
Just move. Right. Yeah. And for me personally, obviously the exercise, etc., is really important. But the ability to just go out, do the walking, etc., and be consistent, hitting those steps.
Yeah.
You know, you set as those targets every day.
Yeah.
Right?
They're there every day for a purpose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? So to think that we need all these chemicals,
Yeah.
right, or these jags,
Yep.
get them to fuck.
Yeah. And I totally agree. And Stephen said very, very similar on his. And it's the one thing that gets me. I have absolutely no issue with any injection being taken by anyone for the absolute right purposes, but the lack of mindfulness of some of the people taking them.
Yep.
See, at the end of the day, I know it sounds like a very, very shit analogy to give to some generations, and others it's going to make sense for, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to sit and judge someone for rocking up to a night out and buying a bag off somebody in a toilet, what the fuck are you buying chemicals off a lassie that trims hair in a fucking hairdresser's for?
Yep.
This is not Breaking Bad.
No.
Can we please, if we are going to choose to do anything, can we please do it fucking safely?
Yeah, 100%.
Be the person who's taking things for the right reason, in the right way, with the right people involved to steer you right.
Yep.
And to everyone out there, I am not against Manjaro, Ozempic, semaglutide, anything like that at all, guys. But I am telling you this right now. If you are doing it and not training, you are doing yourself a massive disrespect. Because what you are losing in terms of muscle mass as well is going to leave you in a situation where your health is going to be more at risk than if you train alongside it and build up your muscle mass. So please don't be that person that thinks that it is a magic cure, because it's not. But also at the same time, guys, if you are that person who has struggled for their whole entire life and are thinking about it, go and see an actual medical professional about it. Do not just dive on with a wee guy down the street in the shop.
And I think the key point for me is it's never too late to start the movement and start doing
It's
things.
not.
Yeah.
It's not.
And I think with Alpha, we've proven that as well. I think with the age range that we've got,
Oh my God, yes.
you know, is phenomenal.
We are so varied, aren't we? You know,
Yep.
Our youngest right now is 22. Our oldest is 61. Male and female. We have everyone from, like you say, yourself, big corporate world now, laptop life, basically.
Pretty much, yep.
Right the way through to the guys that are still on the tools, right the way through to the girls that are, and the guys that are still students, right the way through to the retirees, right the way through to the people who are now really just making decisions to change life altogether, the stay-at-home mums and stay-at-home dads. And then even within that, we've got the guys that enjoy the group setting, the guys that want one-to-one, the guys that want online, the guys that just want classes. Such a big mix, but every single person is succeeding in their own success metrics.
And you can see that. And every time you come in to the classes, the progress of everybody that's there and the confidence building in people as well. You know, I really, really picked up on that. Just the confidence of people. So, you know, and that was another point for me, is the confidence to actually get out there. Yeah. Right. And
feel ready to do it.
And ask actually for a bit of help.
I think that's a hard thing. That's hard for you, and you and me I think we have a lot of similar traits. For us to say, I don't know the answer to that, that took us a while for us to find our way to do that, because we are very good at putting on the corporate professional face of I'm confident and I know what I'm doing here.
Absolutely. You know, 100%.
Right now.
Totally. And this is, you know, it's that thing about just reaching out.
Yeah. And asking the question first.
And it was weird, because if we go way back to the start, and we're talking about that, right? I tell everybody that works with me, and even in my own personal life, like, don't be frightened to ask questions or speak or communicate or whatever, right? And I really promote that. But see, when it came to me,
so hard.
So hard. You know, that reaching out and saying, This is where I'm at. And actually, what really kind of cemented that I've progressed really well in that area as well was our conversation a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
What's the next steps?
Yeah.
What's next?
And not having fear of that there is another big goal to be had.
100%.
Because it was that point you were like, I just don't want to look skinny either. Like, please don't let me get to the point I look skinny. And I know how I feel. I'm so confident in how I feel right now.
Yep.
But I know where I want to get to. And actually, the one thing I know I don't want is to look scrawny and look small.
Don't want to look scrawny.
But I need to know how the next big phase works, because that's the one thing I don't know now. I know how the diet phase works. I don't know what this next one looks like. And that gives me nervousness because I like to know.
Yep. And that, the other side of it being as well, that I don't want to be massive.
Exactly.
I don't want to be huge.
No.
You know,
exactly.
So it's that balance, and you having that knowledge, and that, and that's what really, and me having that confidence, built that confidence up.
Yeah.
That,
that relationship to be able 100%. To say, right, and it is, and you know what I'm like, and to anyone out there that is even considering ever reaching out to any PT, coach, gym at all, please do know this. One of the things I had a conversation with one of the guys on yesterday was, I've had 3 or 4 people speak to me about potentially doing their PT courses and potentially looking to join on the coaching staff, and 2 of them I've basically told, don't do it. And they're like, why? I was like, because you won't succeed and thrive in the way that you want. This is too much of a people job for you.
Yeah.
I know you see this as just a technical job, but you're not appreciating the amount of people time.
Yeah.
And both of them, in the lifestyle that they have right now, it's going to be too stressful. It's not going to let them thrive.
No.
They both have extremely young kids that are still not even at primary, and they would literally just end up being so overwhelmed by absolutely everything, because I know them. And it's that way of, one of the brand new girls said to me yesterday, she was like, so like, has it just been you in the gym until now? And I was like, well, yeah. And she was like, right, okay, so that's quite a lot of hours, like coaching and stuff, your timetable's quite big. And I was like, no, that's not the work I do. No. The coaching work is like one tiny part of it.
Yeah.
But to your point, exactly, all those conversations out with, that's what changes, I think, us from being a turn up to the gym, do what you do, and fuck off home. I don't want to see you again.
Yep.
You've not booked in for a class, I'm not talking to you. But also, I think it's the reason why we can all jump in at any point in time and do, mate, can someone help me out with X, Y, and Z? And there is always somebody that's like that. Aye, mate, no bother. Like, because actually we've got that ability because we've taken the time to create relationships in it.
Yep.
We've not just come in and been like, oh, I'm a member of X.
And that's really key. I think, apart from my own personal journey within Alpha, the relationships, and if I even, obviously personal relationship with Justine now that's really developed, but with everybody else. Yeah, just that ability to, and the group. Yeah, they're absolutely, that's been a breath of fresh air.
And it's going to be amazing. We've got Ben and Stephen competing at hybrid games coming up. We've got Justine and Ben doing their half marathon. We've got lots of the guys that are wanting to do things at High Rocks in March in Glasgow. We've got a few other things that people are chatting to me on about doing. And it's just going to be insane to see just one big contingent of people who actually give such a fuck about each other, just turning up and showing up for each other. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I fully apologise to Ben and Stephen, because as they're the only 2 competing at hybrid games, when we're all standing over the fucking barricades screaming at them, you've got all of us because there's only the 2 of you competing, so I apologise.
Oh, absolutely.
But yes, amazing. So one last question.
Oh, no.
There is a guy there, similar to yourself. They've been on the tools, married, back in a new relationship. They're now sitting there, laptop life, stress at work. They're now living this big corporate world, totally new to them. they're trying to juggle family, relationships, work, career, holidays, all of that kind of stuff. And they're like, I don't know whether I should take the leap and join anything. What would you say to them?
Make the time for you.
Love that.
Because I think I would, I always put everybody first. And, to the earlier point, put yourself first. Right?
Yeah.
Get yourself in the best position you can be in. Yeah, because be it the job, be it the family, whatever it be, if you're not the best version of yourself, you're not really turning up. Yeah.
I love that.
So you really, so prioritise yourself. We're all good at making excuses. Right? We're all good at making excuses, putting it off. You've not got enough time. To the point you made earlier on, talking about 30-minute, 40-minute, even an hour at a push, right? Workout. We always talk, I've not got the time. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Call bullshit,
right?
yes.
Absolutely bullshit, because, I've spoken about this so many times. I typically will hit the gym now 5 times a week.
Yep.
When I started, I wondered, how was I going to fit it in?
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah. It's now become something that's easy.
And make it part of your routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it is getting up that bit earlier.
Yep.
Right? It's no hard. And see, once you get in there, that habit, that routine, clockwork then. It absolutely becomes clockwork. And, I mix it up, and just as a bit of encouragement to people, I mix it up because I'm typically only here 3 weeks. Right? And I drop out of it for a week.
Yeah, because you're working away.
And I'm working away for that period. It's so easy. Once it becomes routine, it's so easy to drop out of it for that week. So be that the holiday and then come right back into it.
New normal.
Absolutely. So don't put it off.
Absolutely. What an absolute breath of fucking fresh air that was. Talk about transformation, guys. And it just goes to show that transformation is way more than a couple of pounds lost on the scale. It seeps and ripples into every single aspect of your life. If you are sitting there, guys, and you're thinking, I'm at rock bottom, the only thing I'm going to say to you is rock bottom is the beginning of the new chapter. It's never the end. And Ryan is just testament to the fact that no matter what changes happen in your life, you are the one that can drive the change for whatever your new normal wants to be. So, guys, at Alpha, we are sitting here and we are ready. And we are now, as of really this morning, bigger than ever. We now have 2 coaches. We've got the gym, we've got the layer, and we're just ready to see the next big transformation. So, one of the questions I get asked a lot is, do you coach men? Yes, I do. And they fucking succeed, don't you?
Absolutely.
Absolute smashing it. So anything at all that you want, any comments that you've got on this podcast, then drop them below, get in touch. I will have Ryan's handle in the podcast episode. So if you want to chat to him, drop him a message, then please do. If you've got any questions for me, on Alpha, on the layer, then reach out. And the next episode, guys, is going to be the big scary episode because it's just me and no guest. And I get to talk about my background, and that's going to be scarier. So keep an eye out next month for the next episode. And thank you so much for watching.